Alrighty. Someone is invasion in chat. Copy the link. By the way, you guys might hear a little bit of storm going on in the background. We have a storm going on at the moment, so hopefully it doesn't get picked up too much by the mic. This time I will not forget the red dot. Watch me talk about things I did this past month. Twitch, live stream, Blue Talks, gaming, anime, art, all the fun stuff. Copy. Okay. And then go live. And these usually only last about like an hour and a half or so. So let's shoot for like an hour 15. I think that sounds about right. Here we go. Alrighty. He's finally live. Hey, I was setting things up, and I was also talking to Sean. So I had to get things ready. But yeah, this will be a nice way to close out the day, at least. Just talking about some things, a lot of things, actually, lots of things that have been happening over the last month. All right, is everyone ready? Are you ready for me? Am I ready? It's actually a really good question. I think I am. I should have everything ready. Everything should be good here. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Today, we're going to be talking about the month of March. What did you guys do this March? Please let me know. And I will be doing this whole live stream talking about basically everything that I've gone through. This for everyone who is not new to these kind of streams. This is my monthly wrap up, where I basically just kind of go through everything that I did throughout the month of March, discuss things that I may have not gotten to show off or do on the live stream, and just kind of give you an insight into the life of Blue, with for the last month or so. I like to do these every month just to kind of as a retrospective, just to see uh, what things happened throughout the month and what I could do more of, what I could do less of, um, what I should improve on, stuff like that. And also just it gives me a chance to share my experiences that I usually don't show on the live streams with my audience. So let's get into it, shall we? Thank you for the compliment, Pansy. I do love this shirt, and I love the hat that goes with it. As you can see, it's kind of a combo set. All right. So first off on the docket, boom, it is the Backloggery. So this is my Backloggery page. I've had this for quite a while, 10 years, in fact, if you could believe it. And so yeah, we've been putting a lot of games into this. We have a lot of games, too many games. Some may even say way too many games. Some may say way too many games, but I say it is never. No, it's definitely enough. It's definitely enough. It's way too many, but we're slowly making our way through it. Funnily enough, the official Backloggery Twitch channel is live as well too. Oh, Rice. What are they doing at the moment? Actually, that's kind of interesting. I never even heard about that. All right. So first, we're just gonna do the main thing that we usually do on these, which is go through my now playing, and we'll just kind of talk about all the games that show up on that I'm currently still playing at the moment. I'll try not to be like too like long with these, but some of these I have played a lot of things into, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. So first thing on the list is Pokopia. Yes, I think the Pokopia came out this month, if I remember correctly. Did it? It might have. We'll go through it in the history for sure, but I've basically been playing this game almost nonstop since it came out. It's become one of my new daily games, just because I have been just doing a lot of stuff in it, and they have like a daily checklist of things to do really every day, so I've been trying to fill that out every time I get on. But I did beat it this just recently too, so this is a new game that we played and beat this month, so that was nice. At least I was able to fulfill that. He's playing Inspector Waffles, apparently. Okay, then. What, just like the person who runs Backloggery or something? That's interesting. Okay, then. But yeah, that's basically kind of what we're doing in Pokopia now. Is it's a very cute, cozy little game. It's literally it reminds me of like a mix of Animal Crossing and like a little bit of Minecraft. I know it's supposed to be based off of Dragon Quest Builders because I think it's made by the same team. And it was actually really fun. You basically just get to build habitats and houses for all these Pokemon in the world. They have like a bunch of different separate worlds that I've been doing a bunch of stuff with. As you can see here in this thing too, I have a couple of tasks that I've been trying to do with it since I beat it. So I've basically been trying to just fulfill the rest of the requests I haven't done. I want to try to at least fix up all the roads in the town so they all look nice and I can get from place to place pretty easily. All the old buildings that are there, I kind of want to restore them to their former glory. So just kind of fix them up into new things. Obviously, fill out the habitat decks so I have just about every Pokemon that could be made out there. And then, of course, I also made Apex my main town in for Pallet Town. So I have some very big plans for that. I have like a bunch of things that I want to do for the game, kind of going down a list. But the first thing I want to do is I want to make Electric Avenue, which is basically just a road in a street with just a bunch of houses for all the electric Pokemon, and just have them kind of all live in different little places on the same thing. I feel like that's a good place at least to start. I still will definitely like have to make a bunch of other stuff just to kind of help farming materials and stuff to a little bit easier in the place, but that is my big main project that I want to do is make Electric Avenue. I also want to build Apex Tower. I want to build a park around it, which I'm gonna actually make the EV park, so it has like all the evolutions in it too. And then at some point, in like the far future, I want to like make a mall where I get or there's just a bunch of different shops and everything too. But that's going to be way in the future. I have definitely not enough dedication to do that right now. But I'm going to take it small. I'm going to take it small steps at a time, and that's kind of what I've been doing with the game now. Is just I've just been playing it every day for about an hour or so, just to make a little bit of progress, either in the requests or just in my little checklist here. The game has checklists. Perhaps I should get the game as well. Well, the game has a lot to do. I can tell you that. All the requests that you can do in it. This checklist I have here is just my personal goals for the game, basically now. So, but it does have a lot to do, and it's actually very open ended. It's very good if you have a creative mind because they basically give you almost full creative reign. They just tell you, hey, in order to make these habitats or to make these houses, this is the materials you need. So, and it usually works out pretty well. So I have some cool plans for it though. I hopefully I would love to show it off on live stream, just at least the progress I've made with some of this stuff. But I like to wait until I've gotten a little bit further in my stuff to kind of show off more things. But I like what I've done so far. I think it's a pretty neat game. I'm also definitely glad I was able to hop on it when I did. So we'll see how well that goes in the future though. Next game to talk about, Super Neptunia RPG. We have been playing this game. I think we literally just started this game this month. This has basically just been the new Neptunia game I've been playing for probably like the last month. Yeah, I made some progress in it. I at least made it to Lean Box. Where I try to play this at least once every week so we can make a little bit of progress each week. It's an interesting spin on the genre because it's not like the core genre in Neptunia games. It actually has a different battle system and like a formation thing that you switch around between with all the people. But it's not too bad so far. The story is kind of interesting because it's like it's them going into the past and they all kind of have amnesia. So every character who was brought in doesn't remember how they got there. So it's kind of like a fresh start for everything. And they're just trying to figure out, I guess, how to get back. It's cool so far though. I'm curious to see how it progresses because I mean so far I like what I'm doing so far in it, but I would like to see like where it goes basically from here and how the characters kind of progress too because it is starting to get a little bit harder. But the combat system's pretty neat. I've kind of grown to like it. It's still not my favorite Neptunia game by far. I still like some a lot of the other ones and how they play, but it's pretty good. I would say for the most part so far. It's Pokemon Sleep. I still try to play every day. I try to play it every day. Sometimes I'll forget, and then I'll just kind of catch up on like the week for the sleep schedules that I had. I really don't take it that seriously, so it's just kind of in the background of things that I do for a good while. We did beat Return to the Necrodancer this month, so I beat the story mode. I did my first playthrough this month as well too. If you guys want to check that out, and yeah, it's a fun little rhythm game. I was glad that I actually tried it out, and I'm very curious to see like where the what some of the other modes and some of the stuff in the game's like, because I do want to go back into it at some point and just kind of clear up a little bit more of the regular stuff and maybe even some of the harder modes just to kind of get a little bit better at it because I actually do really like the rhythm game part of it. It's very interesting how they make the rhythm game work because it's not just, notes scrolling down, you have to hit them. All the notes have like a different property that you have to keep in mind. They're like regular enemies where they have their patterns or they have their things that they do when you hit them. So you have to remember what each enemy does while pressing them to the beat, which is kind of neat. I've never seen a rhythm game do that kind of thing before. So it's really neat seeing how they do it. It really is a lot like how the enemies function in the regular game. It's just instead of on a dungeon in a top down grid, you're doing it as a rhythm game instead. So it's a good adaptation, I would say, for sure. I also got the Miku DLC, so I'm definitely going to play all the Miku stuff as I can. And also, apparently, there's a lot of fan-made content for like other B maps and things in the world. So this game will have no shortage of content and things for me to explore. So I will probably be playing it off and on probably in the near future for the foreseeable future whenever I can. We did play Sonic Boom Shatter Crystal for a little while too. Um, I think it's I got a little bit further into it. I haven't really made a lot of progress in it because I've been focusing on Pokopia and Rift for a little while. But it's something that sometime I'll just kind of boot up every now and then on my 3DS make some just to make some progress in the levels. It's not too long too, so I should be able to hopefully, like, if I lock in, I should probably be able to beat it this next month, I think. And then that's another game that we can kind of clear off the checklist. I also just like playing every now and then just because I really don't get to play a lot of games on my 3DS, and this is one of the few games I have that can actually like let me kind of scratch that itch every now and then, you know. So it's not really my favorite Sonic game, obviously. It's okay so far, for the most part, but it definitely I can definitely tell as I'm playing it that it was definitely meant to be like a tie-in for the show, and for the other Wii U game that came out, but it's still not bad. I would say it's not a bad game, at least. It's just I feel like it could be better, at least, but it has some good promise in it. So I'm curious to see what the rest of it has in store for me. We still do play Stardew Valley a little bit with Pansy. Actually, I think this is off a little bit, right? Yeah, because we just got into winter. Oh, no, we got into fall. Wait a minute. Spring, summer, fall. Hey, we are in winter again, right? Or did we just get out of it? Yeah. I think we are in the middle of winter, if I remember. I'll have to update that. Okay, I couldn't remember why. I couldn't remember for a little while. But yeah, we did actually get into winter, so I'm going to update that here real quickly. There we go. But yeah, so we've been playing it, still the modded version, for a good while. We've just been playing it in the background, basically, because we used to play on the live stream for a little bit, and we just decided that it was a lot easier, and there was not, like, a lot... It wasn't as, like... what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't feel as demanding to, like, get on and just play for a little bit in our spare time. So we've just been playing it off and on in the background instead. And so far it's been kind of good for that too, because it's given us a lot more opportunities to just play games in general with us whenever we can help it. And it is a very chill game to the point where we can kind of just play it while we're doing other stuff. So it's actually nice to have to not have the live streams holding us back to playing the game, at least. We might come back later with another game on stream, but it might not be Stardew, or at least if we do Stardew again, it'll be like a little bit further when we make progress and are able to show off what we've done with it. Because I know you talked about that, Panty, too, about just showing off what progress we've made. We can always do that at some point in the future too. But yeah, I still enjoy playing this game. It's still very fun. It's good old farming. You can't really beat it. And the expanded mod does definitely make the game a little bit more interesting. I still definitely play Duolingo every day. I've gotten... Actually, this is probably also not updated. Yeah, we're now on streak 575. So it's been a little while since I updated it. But yeah, it's... I'm still trying to do my daily couple lessons every day. Slowly and surely learning Japanese every day as I can. But yeah, it's still going good. I'm still keeping my streak alive and going, so all is well with that. Hopefully we can do a little bit more whenever we can. I think I also, this last month, I took advantage of a 3-day what's it called, Duolingo plus thing that they gave me for a little while. I took advantage of that for a little while and made some more progress on that. So this might be a little bit further than you last saw it. One Night Hot Springs I will do for my next Steam stream. Probably sometime later this week, maybe, if I can get around to it. We'll have to see what comes up or not. I barely made progress in the Japanese section since I already have a Japanese class to do instead. That's fair, because your brain's probably getting overloaded with a lot of Japanese stuff. Probably by the time you come back to Duolingo, you'll probably look at a lot of the exercise and you'll be like, oh yeah, I already know what this is. That's where I hope to be at some point later this year is as I'm making progress with everything else, I'll be like, okay, this is easy stuff to do. I'm already kind of feeling that with what's it called? Katakana Wars, because I've been playing that too. That's down on the list here too at some point. But I go through some of the stuff in Katakana Wars and I was like, oh yeah, I know this. This is fine. All right. TGG Card Shop. Um, I haven't playing this as much as the others, mostly because I've been really trying to focus on everything that's up here instead first. So Card Shop Sims begin kind of put on the back burner, but I still play it every now and then at least. Sometimes I'll play when I'm in call with Pansy and he wants to just watch me play stuff for a little while instead of just doing more Stardew. But usually we just do Stardew. I'm thinking about restarting the Japanese section of Duolingo when I finish the class. That's fair because you could like give yourself a refresher. That could be kind of an interesting way to do it too. Okay, but it's still a fun game. I do love playing the Card Shop Sim. It's still definitely I think in early access, but it's got some good progress made for the game. I'm actually kind of curious to see how much the game itself grows over time, and then how much my progress grows with it too. Because I think I just recently hired my first employee, so I'll see how he functions the next time I get into that. I actually I might even pick it up when on my Steam Deck at some point too, because it's a good game to play on the Steam Deck too. So Shingo, I did play a little bit more of this on Call of Pansy if I remember before. Um, there's not too much left really to do like in terms of progress of this game. It's just mostly just me going through the flashcards and memorizing the words from it. It's hopefully it should get done a little bit faster this week because I would like to actually make some more progress in this kind of thing to really hammer it down more, and hopefully we can get the rest of the GMs for it because that would be fun. I'm still waiting for the actual playable TCG game for it. Yeah, that might take a while because I think that was like the furthest thing down on their what's on their roadmap. So that might take a little while, but I think they might just need a little bit more time and funding with it. So we'll see about that. Boosh. It Takes Two. We got to chapter 5, which I think was a little bit further than when you guys last saw it of, obviously. We haven't really gotten too much time to play it from our meetups, just because we haven't really focused on it too much, or we've been doing other things instead of just playing video games. But It Takes Two is still fun to play with them. We're almost done with it, I think, though. I think we're like literally on to like the last two chapters or last two things. And then once because I think, yeah, we're literally in the part of the game where we have like literally two big main plot points to go through. So we're getting there. It's a very cute and fun game though so far. I'm very curious to see how it ends because they've alluded to a lot of different things in it. But I'm gonna save kind of what I mostly think about it until I finish it. So we'll see about that. I haven't really made too much progress in Fire Red. I've really been putting these things on the back burner because of all the other games up here. But I think once I kind of get my fill of like all the stuff up here, I'll kind of start trickling my way back down the list and starting up these again in the background because I do want to actually beat Fire Red, especially because I really don't want it to sit in the unplayed hell that is the rest of my Backloggery. I actually do want to finish it fairly quickly, so hopefully we can get it done sometime later this month. Same thing with Potionomics. I've been putting on the back burner with everything else too. Really just to help focus on the rest of the thing. I thought about doing it a couple of times in my when it came up, but I've just been focusing on everything else instead. So, and I really had like the motivation to get back to playing on it again, even though it is a very cute and fun game. But I do eventually want to go back to it because I feel like there's not too much to do for it, but I also feel like there's not a lot I've done in it, so I'm in a weird middle ground with it. It's still very fun though. I will hopefully get back into it sometime this month too. Same thing with Okami. Also been put in the back burner just because I know how long that game is. I know it's going to take a while for me to get through it, so I don't want to really make any promises for completion or beating for this game yet. But once I start getting through the rest of the stuff on my list, then I'll probably come back to it. Um, and Kingdom, this is mostly just like I said, this is mostly just the thing I'm just doing on my Steam Deck whenever I can remember or put the time into for it. Kind of mostly just a reminder. Because I do want to actually play through Kingdom Hearts 2 again and kind of speed run through the rest of the game just to have it beaten on my Steam list. And also just to test it out how well it actually functions on my Steam Deck, because I remember doing a fairly recent test on my Steam Deck to do some of the settings and stuff for it, and things run a lot better on it now. So I think it'll be a fun playthrough for sure. But I think before I even get back into playing that on there, I would probably play a little bit more Potionomics and maybe even Okami on there instead, just to kind of make some progress in those instead. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I keep reminding myself to play Jape Stations and Beats every now and then just because of the new content that's out there for it. I haven't really found a lot of time to get into it, but hopefully I can kind of make some time at some point in the future, because there's really not too much left to do for it. There's just the new stuff that they came out with, and I just want to try it out. I feel like it really won't take more than like an hour or so. So I just gotta find a day to just kind of focus on it, I would say. Um, Katakana Wars, I'm still trying to play in the background. Again, I do want to actually make a lot more progress in the Japanese stuff when I can, because I am trying to take it a little bit more seriously. It's just really hard to find time nowadays for anything now. Um, I still have Honey Pop on the list just to try to play through as my like main loot game. Although actually my main loot game I've been playing now is Passion Project. But we'll get into the more of that later, probably once it comes up on the history. But that game is very funny as well too. But once both that and this game is done, I'll probably have another game to put up on the list at some point too. I would like to get them both done this month. I think that's entirely possible to get them done this month. Phantom X, I haven't really gotten to do a whole lot for since I've been focusing on everything else, and I just don't play mobile games as much as I play other games. I wish I had more time to play Phantom X, but I don't make time for it. I don't really have the time for it. Usually when I'm on my break at work, even when I try to think about it, I'm either talking to Sean or doing all of my other stuff with like Duolingo and stuff like that. So it just never comes up. But it's still there in case I ever want to play it. At some point, I probably will just try to find a good time to just focus, like maybe like an hour or so on it, just to make some progress in it, and then maybe that'll kind of kickstart my vision back into like playing the rest of it. But it's nothing I'm not like taking too seriously. I don't feel like I'm missing a whole lot, at least with it so far yet. So I don't really mind my progress as it is, or as I stand with it, just because I am focusing on so many other things instead. Power Wash Simulator, this really is just a game I play whenever I feel the itch to play it. Um, I even just this recent month, I did have a little session where it was actually kind of peaceful on one of my off days. I just kind of booted this up, played it for about an hour or two while I was listening to one of my podcasts. And it's a really good game to just chill and vibe to and just listen to either like new music or a podcast. Like it's actually very good as background noise while you're playing this game. It's I would recommend at least anyone who does Power Wash Simulator or any other type of simulator games. Yeah, just don't worry about the music that plays in the games, because especially not for Power Wash Simulator, there's not really usually there's usually no music in that game anyways. So what I do is I just listen to podcasts or random videos while I play it, and it actually is very enjoyable. I will say, I do recommend. It is actually kind of nice, especially as just like a nice little passive experience. Um, I got 3 new DLCs for Power Wash Sim, and I look forward to it when I listen to a few audiobooks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very good for audiobooks too, because you can just kind of listen to your audiobook and then just kind of have it just do the menial task of washing your building while you're doing it. It's cool for that. I still try to play Ring Fit Adventure on all my off days just so I can work out and get myself body active for it, and also just make more progress in the game because, goddamn, this game is long. Goddamn, this game is long. But I mean, thankfully, they have a lot of content for you to go through to really make your fitness journey worth it. So, I mean, good on them for making actually a pretty solid product for that. But yeah, I think I still have this is basically, I think it's just going to continue to be a game I play for the indefinite future, just because I will always need to work out, and there's no shortage of things for this game to do. And even if I beat this game, and I don't really have like the things to do like the fitness stuff for it too much, I'm sure I'll find another fitness game to replace it with. So either way, games will be part of my fitness in some form or another, probably. Colorful Stage, I still try to play. I don't play this nearly as often as I remember doing so, but I still like to try to get on to do the occasional song and the occasional event. Maybe even make a little progress in the My Sakai world. Um, it's interesting. They kind of made like an Animal Crossing kind of thing inside of it, where you can farm it for materials and build things for your house and stuff and talk to people. It's kind of nice. It's kind of neat and cute. But so far, I mostly just play it for the rhythm game. It's still a very good mobile rhythm game for sure. Yeah, same thing with Osu. I love Osu. I actually, god damn it, I haven't been playing it this month. I need to get back on that, dude. Because I still have it as a thing where like every week I try to remind myself to play it. I've been so busy with other things that it's not crossed my mind. um, I should give it some more love when I can though, because it is such a fun rhythm game, and I just like playing a little bit every now and then. So hopefully we can reignite our love for it again sometime this month. Job Simulator, I also still have as my VR game to try to play. As you can see, it still has not been played since the last time I showed this, which means I haven't been playing my VR set at all. But that's okay. It's really just there to be a reminder as like a game I can play if I ever want to get back on my VR set. Um, I've been doing so many other things besides playing my VR games that it's never crossed my mind. I keep forgetting to start Osu as well. Osu is fun to start up even too. It's hard to get into at first, at least if you're looking at like some of the big like Insano style stages. But if you start out small, you'll kind of get used to it. I prefer to play with the tablet and and using the Z and X key to do the tapping on it. But you really can just do it however you really need to. You can even just point on the screen and just go whoop whoop whoop. You can even play that way if you want to, or you can just try to find a mode you like. Because I even like the fruit collecting one. I even like the whole one with redoing DFJK to do Osamania. I like that one too. Think that oh yeah, they also have the Taiko in there too. I haven't really done Taiko too much, but Taiko does look kind of fun too. I just have to learn how to do it better before I like dedicated more things to it. Wakatabi is still a game that we need to make more progress in because I keep forgetting that it's on my phone and I need to keep remembering that it is so I can play it more. Because it is a Japanese studying game that I have been kind of neglecting for everything else. But I think, again, because of how much progress I've been making in Duolingo recently, I kind of feel like that once I go back to this game, is some of the things are going to kind of click a lot more better, and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that's what you say. So that's fine. This is at least the one game I definitely still keep up with. I still definitely play Splatoon every week, sometimes multiple times a week, but usually I do play it at least once every week, just because I love playing Splatoon. I even try to make some time just to play a little bit of it, just every so often, just like in the regular multiplayer modes. Sometimes I get into the ranked mode just to try those out as well too. I haven't really done too much with the DLC. I've kind of been mostly just doing online games for a bit, with that one at least. It's just fun. It's one of my favorite shooters, and it still holds up, at least until they make the newest game, which I forget when they said. I think they don't have a release date for Raiders yet, right? I don't think they ever did, but we'll see. We'll see if they do. But other than that, it's been pretty fun though. I've also been playing a lot of Smash recently as well too, just because it's so hard for me to escape Smash Brothers. And I do feel the urge every now and then to just hop on and play a few online matches. But I don't. I obviously don't play it as often as I used to still, but I still like to play it every now and then. I've really been playing too much of it just because I literally have just about everything I can in that game, but I still just like doing online matches every now and then. At least Splatoon, it still feels like I can do a little bit of progress for the online stuff, but there's really not much else to do in Smash besides just fight other people. I really wish they had something different for the online progression, just in some way besides the GSP bar, because I don't know, it just doesn't feel like that. It's not as rewarding as like some other online games have been for me. I still love playing it, don't get me wrong, but that's kind of the main thing I'm thinking about. All right, now for our favorite part of the stream, where we compare the games that we have in our thing to how they were last time. Yay! There you go. Actually, I was just recently watching this too, so I'll be able to kind of put this together in here. Scoozy. Oh, here we go. I actually just perfectly went to it. There we go. Okay. So, breakdown. Last month, we actually made a little bit of progress in terms of like sizing down, or not sizing down, I would say, but at least making it so we didn't add as many games as we did. I actually haven't added all the Humble Bundle games for this month yet, so this number might change. But last month we had 2,260. Now we added 2 more games, looks like, apparently. But we added 3 more to the Backloggery. But I think we did, yeah, since we technically beat Pokopia, we technically also add another thing for beaten. So that's cool. Active backlog. Oh yeah, the active backlog actually went down a lot since then, because I have been kind of trying to sort through this list a little bit, like especially with the Steam games, and just trying to lower it down a little bit for the games I'm not sure if I'm going to get to or play very soon. So the active backlog actually went down from the last time we did this. We used to have 1,043 in our active backlog. Now we have 977. So that's an improvement, I would say. Yeah, and so, let's actually kind of go down this list as I'm scrolling down it here. Here we go. So compared to the last time we did this, 956 of the games were unplayed. Now it's only 892. We did add 2 more unfinished games, so we played 2 more games since then. We also beat 2 more games since then, because we only had 297 before. Completions stay the same, unless we got 3 new games for. And yeah, and then I'm just going to kind of give a quick little scroll down here, just so you guys can kind of see these stats, in case you want to compare them to the last ones. I'm not going to go through all of them, obviously, but most of this is just going to be gone through in the history anyways, as I talk about that. But yeah, I think we're making some good progress with the backlog, at least. Obviously, it's still not in a place where I'm very happy with it. There's still way too many games in that green bar, especially. But we're getting there. Most of them are from Steam. Like, I would say literally almost all of them are from Steam. Nintendo Switch has a couple of retro games that I just like to try to play it, but they're really not like a very big deal. You'll also even see in my history, I did a couple of them this month too. So we're trying to make a little bit of progress in that as well for all of that history. All right, now for the fun part. So we get to go through the month of March. Yeah, let's just start from here. So I was right. Okay. So this month was the month that we started Pokopia. It looks, so I guess, did it come out March 5th? Because I think that's when it came out. So it had started actually pretty early on. And like I said, it's basically kind of been a daily part of my life for the last month. So a lot of the stuff that I would have made progress for games all kind of went to Pokopia because I've been playing that for quite a while. I've definitely dwindled down my playtime since I last did it though, because I used to play kind of nonstop for the first week, and then since then I've just been doing kind of about an hour every day if I can help it, just to at least do the dailies and to make some progress and requests and such. March 9th, we added a couple of new PSN games. So that's all of those right there. And again, just because I added them doesn't mean I technically am going to play them. They just are new games I got. So I did actually do Slime Rancher. I think that's later in the list too. We did start up with the Necrodancer on the 18th, and then we swiftly beat it about almost a week later. Yeah, because I actually ended up going through the rest of it on Call with Banzi. I remember that. That was a fun little experience. And so we beat that game that day, and now we're just kind of doing the last little cleanup sections of some of the other stuff that I want to do with it now. 5 days ago, I started up Slime Rancher 2. Yeah, that was a fun little thing. I think I ended up marking this an endless game just because I don't really see myself playing a whole lot more past it. But I did want to try out Slime Rancher 2 just for a little while. It was a neat little game. It reminded me a lot, definitely, of the first one. It just kind of like they really did like expand a little bit more on it with some of the new slimes and some of the new things that you can do in it. It's a cozy little game though. I basically played it for probably a good like 2 to 3 hours before I kind of stopped playing it for a while, just to kind of get all the stuff in it. But or get whatever progress I can with it. And I remember basically creating the first things of a farm for a bunch of different slimes, and of course because they all like to eat each other's shits from time to time, some of the Largos eat the other Largo stuff, and they all became tar slimes. And sooner than later, before I knew it, all my slimes were gone. So I had to basically start over from scratch, and I'm like, okay, hiding up the walls, put a net. He ain't getting out of that cage, motherfucker. So that's what happened with that, and that I'll say that it helped a lot. It made it though they definitely weren't breaking out nearly as often as much as they were. But it's a cute little game. I don't know how much of it I would really want to play in my spare time, but it is very cute. There's a lot of other games I would rather try more of, but I was glad to at least try it out just to see what it was like. It's been on my list for a little while, so I'm glad I made time for it at least. 2 days ago, this is actually, I think if I remember, this is one of the times I had. Yeah, this is like during one of my big days off, and I had just a lot of time free time to myself. So I just went through a couple of games that I had that I was kind of curious about. We started up Extra Primal because I did want to try out it for the first time. I learned out that game is dead as fuck. It was like basically Capcom's Dino live service game where you're basically going through a bunch of little shooting segments and trying to shoot the dino hordes that were coming through and trying to destroy everything. It's like a team-based shooter or hero shooter kind of thing going on with that thing. I think, if I remember, I think it was free to play because it had like the free to play models definitely in it. But I wasn't really overly hooked on the gameplay, and I liked the plot and everything how it was, because like there's like a whole thing about there's this evil AI trying to enslave and incorporate all these humans into it, and make them fight against their will for his own amusement. And yeah, but the gameplay was basically just you run to a place, you shoot a bunch of dinos, you run to another place, you shoot a bunch of dinos, rinse and repeat until you get to the end of the level. There were some segments where you actually fought other things, but because there was no one on quick play anymore, I was basically just fighting with bots. So that kind of also killed my enjoyment of the game because I was just like, yeah, this would be cooler if this was other people, but there's basically no one left online for these servers here anymore. At least I beat Pokopia, exactly. Also, hi Sean. Thanks for joining in. Also, yes, you're right, Burger Pansy. I did play Burger Time Deluxe during this as well too for I think it was the Game Boy Color version, yeah. I tried it out for the first time. It I could tell you, it is Burger Time. Sure enough, it was indeed a Burger Time game. I always loved Burger Time games. I just wanted to try it out for a little while, just see how the retro things worked out. I'm not sure if I'll go back to it, but it was pretty fun for what it was. I was at least glad I tried it out. Playing against bots online is the best. Yeah, again, I don't know. I liked Extra Primal, but I also felt weird about it. So I don't know if I'll go back to it. Um, if I liked the gameplay a little bit more, then I might be more tempted to it. But like I said, a lot of the gameplay just kind of revolved around you shoot a bunch of dinos and then you run to another place and then you shoot more dinos and then you go to another place. um, which I mean isn't the worst thing, but when the horde gameplay is like most of the gameplay, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It just felt weird to me. It feels like I would enjoy the game more if I was playing it with actual people. So that's the only reason I would ever go back to it, is if I was able to get a squad of people together for it, probably. We love dinosaurs, though. Dinos are pretty cool, though, I will say. They are pretty cool. But that was basically my Extra Primal experience. And Burger Time, it was pretty cool too. It basically like it is just a retro version of Burger Time for the Game Boy Color. I do want to try out more Nintendo retro games in my spare time too. Just like kind of give them like an hour or two of playthrough, just see what they're like. But they're pretty neat. I just want to do more like new games and new interesting experiences, or even just experiences in the past that I never really got to play. That's why hopefully that will kind of be cleaning up a little bit of the backloggery stuff I have, because a lot of them are just games I want to try. They're not stuff that I really want to delve deep into and try to beat all the way through. They're just experiences I want to try out. And yeah, that's basically sums up my experience so far. Like I said, the only thing that hasn't been added to this timeline is the new Humble Bundle games, because I did forget about those. But you'll probably see them next month. All right. But that's going to do it for today. Also, did you guys like my new banner? I updated it recently. Excuse me. Sorry, I was drinking soda, so of course, naturally. All right. Water break time. Throat is slowly getting sore. All right. We're going to talk about other things now. We do have AnimeList. Don't worry. We do. We do. Boosh. Currently watching. Okay. So let me do it by progress, because I feel like that's the best way to do it. As you guys can see also, too, I did update my AnimeList with the same banner. I love this banner. It's very nice. But yeah. So I would say that's really the main thing in terms of anime to kind of really talk about, is the fact that I'm almost done with Lucky Star. I'm almost there. So 23 out of 24. I don't know why I haven't watched the ending of it yet. I keep distracting myself with other games and other things to do, but I have one episode left, and then I'm done with Lucky Star. After that, I'm not sure what I'm gonna watch. I think I kind of told myself that after I do Lucky Star, I was gonna kind of do a thing of anime where I have like an easygoing show that I can watch on like break and stuff, or if I'm in the mood for just slice of life stuff to watch every now and then I want like my main shonen anime that I want to watch again. So I think what I'm going to be doing next is, I think I want to do maybe Spy Family actually would be better for it. There's a lot of them actually on this list that I've been curious about. I think just because I've gotten a decent amount of time and effort into Spy Family, I do want to finish it out. So I think we're gonna do Spy Family as our like slice of life cozy show, and then maybe for our serious show, we should probably. I would say we should finish Attack on Titan because I'm like we're so far, but Attack on Titan has like 4 seasons, so also don't know about that. I'd rather just kind of get through more shows in my personal opinion because I've started a lot of shows. I haven't really gotten through the rest of them. Um, I don't know, maybe either Demon Slayer or Dan because I've heard both of those are really good. I think either one of those could be a good anime to kind of get back into. I heard really good things about Demon Slayer. I've also heard really good things about Dan. Aggretsuko is really good too. I've basically just been rewatching it through Japanese. That's why it's up here like that. I could even just do that as my Koji show, to be fair. I could just rewatch that instead. We can watch Dan together. That could be cute, cool. Because I only watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't gone too far into it, but I could definitely just rewatch that with you if you want to. But as far as like shows I want to watch on my own, in terms of like, main big anime that I want to watch, maybe I'll do Demon Slayer. I think Demon Slayer is a nice bet. Like I said, I only got through the first 2 episodes, so I could probably go through the rest of it and kind of make that my main thing. Yeah, we could try that out. I think that's going to be the plan. We do Spy Family every now and then. Um, da, 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 da. Demon Slayer when I want to get back into that as well too, and I can watch that and down with Sean. I read all Demon Slayer in 3 days. I definitely suggest watching it. I know I've heard really good things about Demon Slayer, and especially like the anime. I've seen it seems like there's like some really cool artistic moments in that. So I think I would really enjoy that aspect of it too. That's why I want this to kind of be like the main show. I like sit down and just kind of like do do an actual proper watch through of it. But other than that, I think once we get through those animes, then we can kind of go through the other ones on the list. I feel like that's going to take up most of March, so I don't want to like make too many plans after that. But I would say just in general, maybe after I'm done with Demon Slayer, if we haven't gone through the rest of Dandadan, I might do that. But if not, there's a lot of shows I haven't started down here. I'd rather kind of go through the ones I've started just because I feel bad for leaving them in limbo. So maybe the Gurren Lagann I would just restart. So it really doesn't. Just forget it. Just don't pretend it's not there. Pretend it's not there. I might go through Attack on Titan again because I heard really good things about Attack on Titan, and I got like 17 episodes into it before I kind of stopped watching it. So maybe I might. Sakamoto Day is also really good. Yeah, I watched the first episode, and that's about as far as I got. But do want to actually watch more of that too. All the rest of the stuff down here are shows I've also really been really wanting to see, but I haven't really gotten too far into it. Actually, Don Machi would be cool to get back into as well too, because I I really like the fantasy stuff a lot. So this is like kind of right up my alley. And I already watched the first season, so I feel like picking up from the second season would be a little neat idea. Other than that, because it's so hard for me to want to watch new anime when I have so much I haven't finished. So I think we're kind of just gonna try to work our way from there. And after that, we can start going through all the stuff in On Hold, which, again, this is the reason why I should watch at least one episode every day because there's too much. There's too much to do, too much to watch, too much to do. Not enough time. But yeah, I think that's my plan for anime at least. Hopefully we can actually get more progress in the next coming days. Even during some of our hangouts, John, I might even just if I haven't binged my episode of anime that day, I might have you just watch it with me. just as a small little thing. I mean, it only takes about a half hour for an episode, so it's not that bad. All right. That's fair. I wouldn't mind. Okay. Next up, art. Which do you guys believe I'm an artist? I haven't posted any art since January. It's okay. We're still working on art. We're getting there. Well, I do have a lot of projects I'm actually doing in the background. Believe it or not, it's just I haven't gotten fully done with anything yet to really have anything to show for it yet. At least nothing that I haven't been posting on the DeviantArt. Honestly, the main thing that I've done for art-wise is the new freaking banners. Like this stuff, I decided to do a rebrand for my whole channel, so everything's in a more hand-drawn style. So that's at least new. But other than that, this is the last art piece I did. So bear with me, guys. Don't worry. I am still a digital artist. You have to believe me. You have to game and watch anime at the same time to get everything done quicker. there, there, there's some games I could do that with, but not a whole lot. And also, again, some anime I like to be kind of engrossed with, unless I become a dub watcher. Unless I become a dub watcher, then I could do more. But I don't know about that. I kind of like being fully engrossed in the full Japanese experience, how it was made and written and everything. But yeah, this is the last art piece I did. I have been working on the comic in the background. I basically have been making like, it hasn't been like the big main comic for Victoria I want to do, but is the first like test page to kind of test how well I can do a Victoria comic. It's getting there. I got all the sketches done for it. I just need to, like, not all the sketches, but I'm getting there. And once it's done, then I'll definitely show it off to the world, and then you guys will be like, "Wow, Corey does art." Oh my god. But actually, I think also, hopefully, I should be able to post more things on the thing, just because what I'm kind of thinking about doing is I've heard that there's like a good exercise for trying to do more art things where you kind of just draw like a quick little throwaway drawing for like 5 minutes, and then it kind of gets you in the mood to do the full big drawing that you're going to do. So I'm going to try that out. I'm going to see if that works for me. So as I get into like back into my art projects, I'm just going to do a couple quick little throwaway 5-minute drawings, and see how those test for me. They're going to be small, like cute little drawings, like maybe like a chibi of a character or a fan art of something that I've been kind of curious about for a while, or just whatever comes into my mind. I might just kind of draw it down, jot it down real quickly, just to get the pen to paper and just to kind of get myself in the zone for it, you know? I feel like that's going to help me start my projects more, because what I've noticed that I haven't been doing while I'm doing drawing is starting them. Like I always think about, oh yeah, I'm going to do this drawing and stuff after work, and I try to do it and I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. Or I get distracted by something. So I think it's going to help me get back into the mood of trying to get back into it. Speaking of art, I made a new drawing list to do for the month. Ooh. So I can get a goal done instead of doing whatever like I was doing before. See, so you had the same problem I have, Pansy. See, there you go. Maybe you can make use of the exercise I thought of too. I can't draw the same in my life. You can always try it out, Jean. It's more so just like a thing you just have to consciously think about and do. Everyone has the ability to draw, I believe. It's just it's a skill to practice. But yeah, I would say mostly though, if you want to draw, then you should try it out, but don't force yourself to do it if you just because other people are doing it. Like if you have an idea that you want to get out there, then you can set out to try to do it. But otherwise, yeah, it's it's entirely up to you, I would say though. But that's the main thing I've been working about. I haven't been making any work on the TCG yet, just because I've been trying to do the comic instead. I also have been trying to do some concept art in the background, so hopefully that comes out soon, because I've actually been trying to do more of those recently now too, where I just try to do concept art of things in my world and things in my upcoming world. So hopefully you guys will see more of that. I think that's going to be exciting to unveil as well too. Hopefully, because that one's actually coming along much more sooner than the other ones, that should be coming out as my next drawing. Is the little concept art that I have cooking up right now. We should do drawing collabs on call at some point. That would be cool to do too. I think that would definitely also help me too, because I also heard that it might actually help to have someone there with you while you're drawing to kind of help you focus on things. So we'll have to see about that. I'll probably, while you're over tomorrow, Sean, I'll probably have you look at me draw as well too for a while, just at least at some point throughout the day. We'll see how well that goes. All right, but that's kind of like my main things for drawings. Hopefully, I do mean hopefully, more things come out in the future, and I don't know if my like throwaway drawings are going to be like collected together, or if I'm just gonna make them as like small little things. I'm kind of gone in on the idea of just like making them just like a small little like what's it called, like phone screen sized drawing that I just put out. Like a little chibi drawing if I every now and then. I think those would be kind of cute to show off on the channel every now and then. So hopefully you guys will be seeing more of that in the coming month. I'd love to do that too, because I'd like to just do more content for the channel anyways, just because it's been so barren recently. I feel so bad that I haven't been able to make any new drawings since freaking January. It hurts my soul. Just don't do the Crystal Miku drawing without me. Of course, I know you want to watch me do that. That is still definitely on the list. But other than that, last thing to talk about on today's topic in things of months to things to do, bleh. We have stuff to do from this month on the YouTube channel. So we basically, the main thing that we've been kind of, I want to try to just do again like a brief little summary and thing of how I thought about some of the live streams I did in the past. Kind of go through them all one by one, and I'll do an overview afterwards. So starting off from the February monthly wrap up, we did another live stream with Pansy where we played Stardew with mods. And if I remember, I think this is no, we actually had one more. There was another one we did after this, but a lot of the a lot of the Stardew streams was just me fishing because I was the main fisher of the group. Excuse me. And I mean it still worked out pretty well, I would say. I liked what we did on the live streams. I just think it's a lot better that we decided to start doing them off live stream, just because I feel like we've made more progress and we've had a lot more of a cozier time just kind of getting things done instead and not having to worry about chat and everything going on. I still like doing them on the streams every now and then, but I don't like them being like a big main focus, I guess. We did technically finish up Hyper Devotion Noir, and by finish I do mean we got as far as we could into the ending of the game, and then I said fuck this because it was mostly my fault, to be fair. I just saved improperly. I saved in the part where I basically couldn't go back to the main screen to grind, so final boss R4 was the only thing I couldn't beat, and eventually I'll be able to go back and do it for her, but that's when I feel like doing it. I want to grind out the other streams instead before I get back into this game again, but I will eventually come back and actually beat her, and I'll probably show off that ending on stream. That's why I kind of put question mark for the end, just because it's going to be the end of the series for a while, but I'll come back to it once I feel like it. Once I come back to it. I think this was the last live stream of Stardew that we did here. It's also when I got my Golden Sonic plush. I remember that. But yeah, that I think that was like right around the time when we decided to just start doing it on there instead. But like I said, I've already kind of said my stuff about Stardew. So we also started Neptunia RPG. The first stream I feel like went pretty well. It was basically just me playing through and getting through used to things the first time around. I always like to think of I always like the first live streams I do of a game usually, just because it's me learning about the game and showing off the game to a new audience, and kind of getting them and the thing to be like, hey, this is what it's like. This is how you do things. That's why I also like the Steam streams, because they're kind of the same thing where it's like, it's me trying out a game and showing off what it's like and giving my thoughts on how it kind of turns out. But yeah, Return to Nerco Dancer was really fun too. Um, I really, it's a really fun rhythm game, and I was glad to at least finally beat it recently. But this stream went pretty well too. There's a couple of people who joined in too that were fans of the game and wanted to see me try it out. Um, they did to watch me kind of go through the story and everything. It was a fun time. I I definitely like this one so far the most out of most of the streams that we did this past month, just because of the fan interaction and the fact that it was just a good game to play. The second stream for Neptunia, yeah, we made more progress. I kind of started to learn more things about it. It's hard for me to kind of speak individually on these kind of things because it's just like, yeah, just it feels like me doing kind of more of the same every now and then. But at least I've been kind of trying to keep it consistent by playing a new Neptunia game or a new Neptunia stream every week. So at least I'm still good on that. I would have liked to do a lot more Steam streams this month if I could have helped it, but I wasn't really able to find the time for it, and things came up to the point where I couldn't really do it. So hopefully we can get on that for this next month, because I do have a couple of Steam streams in mind. One at Hot Springs, as you guys saw, was one of the ones I wanted to do. Most of the Steam streams I have coming up are just going to be games that are going to be short, things that I can just do in one stream, just to kind of, so I can help fill up a little bit more of the backloggery for beaten games, and just to try out new short experiences, because a lot of the newer games I want to do nowadays are games that I want to finish quickly. I don't want to have another Okami situation where I play a new game on stream and I'm like, oh, hey, it's a 40-hour game. Well, I have this ahead of me now. But the other one should be fine, I think, for the moment, though. The next couple games I have for Steam streams are definitely going to be a lot shorter. And hopefully they'll be just as fun, because I would love to do that. And like I said, once I get through these next couple of Steam streams, I think I'm going to try to get back into another regular Blue plays besides just the Neptunia series, because I love the Sonic series and I still haven't played through all the games. There's a lot of the new games I haven't played from the Sonic series, so I do want to try those out on stream too, just to show them off and show off my opinions and thoughts about it. But that'll be fun. I think I told myself the next Sonic game I wanted to do was probably going to be it was either Superstars or no, I think it was Lost World. I think I remember saying that to myself. Yeah, CD also I would like to play on stream too, but I wasn't sure if I should make that my next one. I think, yeah, next Sonic Blue plays is what I told myself. So I think Lost World's going to be probably the next one I try to do once I get through more of these Steam streams. I kind of have a little list of things to do on my Steam list and in one of my docs. Actually, now that I think about it, since we're kind of nearing the end of the stream, let me see if I can find that list. There we go. Yep. So the next Steam streams I kind of want to do after One Night Hot Springs is there's another game on my Steam list called the Frog Detective series. They're kind of just basically like really, really short games. They're like maybe half hours each or something like that. I feel like I can get through most of those in probably one stream if I do that too. If Found is also apparently really short, and Light's also very, very short as well too. So once I do those 4 Steam streams, then I think we can kind of start getting back into Blue plays. I just have to dedicate the time to getting a Steam stream done, hopefully every week if I can help it. I would love to, at least. Second Sonic Frontiers run, let's go. Oh yeah, I did by the way, actually, let's go through that real quickly, because I did put that on my backloggery a little bit of ideas for Sonic games, because I did think about a lot of these. Sonic CD I would love to play on stream for sure. All right, I do also have Sega Install Stars Racing. I did originally play on the Xbox 360. I could play it on stream at some point maybe, but I don't think it's going to be like a really big deal. I don't know if I'll play it all the way through because I don't remember if there's too much of a story to that, to be fair. There's other racing games I would like to finish before Sonic Racing Transformed, for sure. Frontiers, I did think about replaying it on Blue Plays because I thought that would be a cool idea. Also, apparently, there's going to be a definitive edition coming out, which I don't know what they're going to do with that, but if they actually have new content for it, maybe I'll hold off on Frontiers until the definitive edition comes out, and I'll do that instead. I have no idea, but that is an idea. I did think about doing because I technically didn't do the first Sonic Frontiers on stream because I did it on the PS5. Where is it down here? Nope, it's not down here. It's up here. There it is. Yeah, it's up here. I did it on my own, which I think it'd be fun to play it on stream. I think there's some merit to replaying it on stream, especially because it would be a chance for my audience to see me play it again. Obviously, things would be spoiled for me, but I think it could be a cool thing to do. I do want to play Sonic Mania at some point again as well too. I did play a little bit off stream before at one point, but I would definitely replay it for the live streams. Do the original Frontiers before definitive edition. Again, I think I'm just gonna keep my eye on it because it's gonna be a while until it comes out anyways, and I think this news for definitive edition just came out like recently, so I want to see what they're doing with it before I kind of like decide on if I even need to get it. Because if all definitive edition is just all the DLC that's coming in, because I feel like really all that I thought I got are the DLC already, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see about that though. I do also want to do Origins at some point in the future too, and same with Superstars. 4 episode 1 and 2 are also on the list as well. Sonic Runners I'm still playing on my phone. It's really nothing too big or too serious. This I'm also going to be playing on my own too, probably the Olympic Games. I did shelve it since kind of Crossroad came out because I was not going to play the rest of it. Sonic and the Black Knight I would love to do on stream after I can figure out how to get my Wii hooked up back up to my screen and play that on screen. That would be crazy to play on the stream. I would love that though. All right. Oh yeah, that's gonna be I think one of my next ones to do maybe after Sonic Shadow Crystal. Maybe I have a couple other DS games I want to do, but that was one I thought about too. Oh yeah, I had the Rush Adventure and the Chronicle series on the DS too. Actually, to be fair, I think after I'm done with Shadow Crystal, I might get into one of these two instead on my DS, because that's kind of what I've been doing too. So I've been kind of using the DS mobile games I've had for Sonic as the thing to play on my 3DS or my 2DS for a little while. So we'll see how that goes. And all the rest of these are just very old games that I don't play anymore now. But I think that's kind of my idea for most of the Sonic games going forward. So you guys at least know which ones are coming up for the Blue Plays. That would be fun to play though. A lot of those are going to be pretty fun to play in the future for sure. But yeah, we'll see about that. All right. Other than that, yeah, we'll have to see what kind of else comes up in the future. Oh yeah, I'm also just gonna throw this out there, just as a thing I want to do eventually at some point. I had to figure out how to set it up again too for the Switch, but I did think about doing a Splatoon Japanese only stream where I just play Splatoon on stream and I tried to only speak Japanese, just to kind of test my knowledge and test my skills on it. I don't know when that stream idea might pop in, but I would love to do it, just as a test of my skills and to see how well I can do it. Especially because it would really force me to be in a situation where I have to use Japanese. But it'll be a neat idea to try out at some point. Because I've seen streamers and content creators that are Japanese do English only challenges, so I like to do the flip side where I do a Japanese only challenge instead. All right, but other than that, yeah, it's kind of basically all I can really think of to talk about. Um, that's kind of really all that's on the list is all these future plans I have for future things in the future. Hopefully, you guys will be seeing more art from me in the next coming month because I really do want to focus more on that and focus more time on getting drawings done because I have so many drawing projects to do. It's not even funny. um, but yeah, more drawings hopefully soon. More Steam streams hopefully soon, just to kind of get through and play more of those kind of games. More fun things, more anime. This is to be watched as well too. It's gonna be interesting to see how I manage my time this coming month, but we'll get there. I think we'll get there. All right, but yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Before I end things too here, I'm just gonna check on my shorts. I don't think I have made any new shorts. No. Okay. We don't have to worry about that. Okay. But yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to do Stardew Valley tonight. I do have to kind of sleep in a little bit anyways, so I can wake up early enough in the morning, and I really just don't know if we have enough time to do stuff tonight while I have to upload everything and everything. Um, but yeah, I'm sure we'll make time for it later though, for sure. All right. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's stream. If you like this, please like it and subscribe and follow if you wish to see more of this kind of content in the future. I am going to definitely be doing more of these at the end of every month, just talking about random things I do in every month. So please look forward to that, and hopefully look forward to my future live streams that I will be doing that I mentioned here today. Damn, your place of employment. Yeah, I don't know. I decided to pick up the extra shift tonight, and it was okay. It wasn't even that hard of a shift anyway, so it's all good. I hope we can do a bit of roleplay tonight at least. I'll respond to roleplays. I'll do that at least. I can definitely promise that. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of settle in for tonight, just kind of get things uploaded and everything. Tomorrow, I don't really have any plans for live streams just because I know Sean's gonna be over. So hopefully sometime later this week we can do more Steam streams that I want to do. Hopefully it comes up sooner rather than later. I think if I remember right, on my what's it called? On my schedule, I have Friday as a possible day to do streaming. So let's see if we can stick to that. We'll see if we can. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like, I already said my things already. So I'll see you guys probably later. Hopefully maybe Friday for a new live stream. If not, then probably later this week or weekend. All right. Have a good day or night out there, and bye-bye now.